So aren't mechanical sieve shakers old technology? Shouldn't everyone be using the new electromagnetic sieve shakers? Well, it's not really that simple. I'll explain everything, so stick around. Hi, I'm Candace, and I'm the product manager for particle size analysis here at WS Tyler. For decades, the standard sieve shaker has been mechanically driven, like the Rotap RX-29. But recently, new technology has introduced electromagnetic sieve shakers into the market, like the Rotap ePure. But the ePure isn't necessarily a replacement for the RX-29. So which one's better for my operation? WS Tyler created the first Rotap device in the early 1900s and has strived to learn how its customers' operations work to help them pick the best solutions since then. So in this video, we'll go over what the Rotap RX-29 is, what the Rotap ePure is, how these two devices compare, and determining which device makes sense for you. The WS Tyler Rotap RX-29 is WS Tyler's signature mechanical sieve shaker designed to apply an oscillating motion alongside brute force hammer taps to promote particle movement throughout a test sieve stack. These motions work in conjunction to help lab operators yield accurate and reputable particle analysis results in the form of a particle distribution curve. The WS Tyler Rotap ePure is our entry-level electromagnetically driven sieve shaker that applies elliptical vibrations to a test sieve stack to facilitate the test sieve analysis process. While the hardware is entirely different, the ePure was designed to essentially mimic the functions and performance of the RX-29. While the RX-29 and the ePure are designed to produce the same end result, they're two very different devices. To get a better idea of how they stack up to one another, you have to look at compatible test sieves, how much it costs, noise levels, installation requirements, operation, and maintenance. The RX-29 works specifically with 8-inch test sieves. The number of sieves you can have in a test sieve stack is dependent on the height of the sieves frame. If half-height sieves are used, the test sieve stack can contain 13 sieves in a collection pan. If full-height sieves are used, the test sieve stack can contain 6 sieves with the collection pan. The ePure is also designed for 8-inch test sieves. Again, the number of sieves that can be tested falls upon whether half-height or full-height test sieves are used to assemble the test sieve stack. If half-height sieves are used, the test sieve stack can contain up to 15 sieves with a collection pan. And if using full-height sieves, the test sieve stack can include up to 9 sieves with a collection pan. The Rotap RX-29 will run you approximately $3,300. This price reflects the cost of the raw material needed to construct the device, which is subject to change with the market. The Rotap ePure carries an approximate price range of $5,775 to $6,600. Again, this cost presents probability of changing since it's based on raw material. One of the most significant drawbacks that you'll encounter with the RX-29 is the amount of noise produced by the device. The main contributions to the noise level include the brute force hammer taps, as well as the moving timing belts and gears. The material rattling throughout the test sieve stack will also feed into the overall noise produced when conducting a test sieve analysis. Standalone, the device can reach decibels of 85 decibels. However, this can be managed and reduced down to 78 decibels by placing the device in a sound enclosure. The Rotap ePure is significantly quieter than the RX-29. There's minimal moving parts and no brute force hammer taps, reducing the noise produced by the E to a loud buzzing. The Rotap ePure features 2 testing amplitudes that will affect the noise the device produces. And like any other test sieve shaker, the particles passing through the test sieve stack feeds into the noise produced as well. For the most part, the Rotap RX-29 is a plug-and-play device, but it does have a cast iron frame that makes it heavy. So to protect you and your staff, at least 2 people should work together when moving the device. It should be placed on a secure table or the ground, then bolted down using the pre-drilled holes throughout the device's base. At this point, all that's left to do is plug the device in and press the start button when ready to test material. Installing the Rotap ePure is slightly more involved, but still relatively easy. And it's a reasonably light sieve shaker, so one person can transport it from the box. Now, as this device doesn't feature all the moving parts of a mechanical sieve shaker, it doesn't really move or shift when testing material. This means you can set it on a sturdy table away from the edge without any need to bolt it down. You can now install and secure the 2 guide rods, place the test sieve cover on top, and plug the device in. The RX-29 is very user-friendly. Naturally, if you haven't used the device before, you'll need to implement an end-of-sieving analysis to calculate how long your material should be tested. And when it comes to operating the device, using the RX-29 involves inserting your test sieve stack, ensuring the height of your stack is properly adjusted, setting the runtime, and pressing play. The E-Pure utilizes an industrial magnet and spring system to displace the sieve plates and agitate the test sieve stack. This is done in place of the hammer tap of the RX-29. To make up for the lack of agitating hammer taps, the E-Pure features motion stop intervals instead. This allows the particles to compose and make their way through the mesh openings of the test sieve stack. What this looks like is the machine will run for 30 seconds and stop for 5 seconds, repeating this cycle until testing is complete. And the E-Pure gives operators 2 amplitude settings to choose from, a fine particle setting and a coarse particle setting. These settings help create a more tailored experience based on the material being tested. And like with any sieve shaker, to ensure that you run material for long enough, you must conduct an end of sieving analysis before testing material. The RX-29 uses several parts that will wear over time. Most commonly, the timing belt will wear after extended use or begin to dry rot if left stationary for extended periods. There's also several brass bushings and bearings throughout the device that will eventually need to be replaced. Fortunately, maintenance is user-friendly and in most cases can be done in-house. There's pre-assembled maintenance kits that contain all the parts that commonly wear out. The Rotap E-Pure has minimal moving parts, so there's little to no maintenance needed. You'll want to keep the device, specifically the 2 guide rods, clean and free of any debris. This will prevent the sieve cover from becoming dislodged and better your chances of obtaining accurate and repeatable results. If you work in a smaller lab setting or noise is a concern, the Rotap E-Pure may best suit your process. This is because it has a noticeably smaller footprint and a significantly quieter operation than the RX-29. Also, if you're constantly testing different materials with varying consistencies, the amplitude preferences offered by the Rotap E-Pure will accommodate your needs. But suppose you're looking for a device that has been considered the gold standard, to the point where it's reflected in dozens of industry standards. In that case, the Rotap RX-29 will deliver the tried and true results that have driven the particle size analysis industry for decades. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, fill out a Contact Us form so we can answer your specific requests. Just click the link in the description. And if you'd like to learn more about woven wire mesh or our many other products, we have a learning center filled with written and video content to make you an expert. Just click the second link and you'll be that expert in no time. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with all things WS Tyler. Once again, my name is Candace Blaker, and I'll see you around in the next video. Bye for now.